Chapter 6. Shattered Dreams. A journey of deception and heartbreak. So, I'm sitting here, thinking about everything that's been happening lately, and I can't help but wonder, who exactly did I marry? I've been wrestling with these thoughts in my head, sometimes spilling them out on my audio recordings. And each time, I find myself circling back to the same question. What am I getting myself into? He's providing, sure. But it's not just about the money. It's more about whether this is real. Are we really going to move into that house? He's handling all the bills, always reassuring me that everything is under control. We were supposed to seal the deal before Memorial Day, but there was always some excuse cropping up. Always. And honestly, I wasn't really clued into the process enough to question it all properly. I was carrying a heavy load of anxiety, especially being pregnant. I wasn't expecting a smooth pregnancy with all this stress hanging over me. As June rolled in, I found myself browsing Realtor.com once again. Call it intuition or whatever you like, but something nudged me to check on the house, and there it was, off the market. Panic started to set in. What did this mean? My partner had been assuring me that we were on track to close the deal. He even talked about furniture for the place. But when I called the real estate agent listed for the seller, she dropped a bombshell. The house had already been sold, closing on June 4th. My heart sank. I hung up, feeling a mix of anger and betrayal. He had been feeding me lies, making me believe we were on the brink of owning our dream home. And here I was, pregnant and tangled up in his web of deceit. I knew he'd have to come up with some excuse, and I was right. He mentioned something about the interest rate being an issue. It was like a weight lifted off my shoulders, knowing I had anticipated his next move. So, I calmly suggested that if the interest rate wasn't favorable, maybe it wasn't meant to be. We could find another place before the baby arrived. He seemed to agree, mentioning backing out of the deal and getting his earnest money back. I nodded, inwardly seething, but outwardly composed. This wasn't how I imagined things would unfold, but I had to play along, especially with a baby on the way. And just when I thought things couldn't get any more chaotic, mid-June hit me with a harsh blow. I was at work when the cramps started, followed by bleeding. My heart sank as I realized what was happening. A call from my doctor confirmed my worst fears. The pregnancy wasn't viable. Tears streamed down my face as the reality of it all crashed over me. And that's where part 5 ends, leading me into the next chapter of this turbulent journey.